141, as you can see, by tonight, the time they enter the ring, each has gained a little bit of weight. Mayweather gaining 9 pounds, Leija gaining 6. 1-inch height advantage for Leija and a 3-inch reach advantage for Floyd Mayweather. And working with us is our unofficial ringside scorer, and here with the rules of the bout, as always, Harold Letterman.
The Floyd Mayweather-Louie Leija fight is scheduled for 10 rounds. There is no standing gate count. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Only the referee can stop the fight, and you can be saved by the bell in the 10th and final round only. Jim.
All right, Harold, for the official introductions, let's go up to ring announcer Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the County Coliseum here in El-Paso, Texas, where tonight Top Rank Incorporated, Lester Bedford Promotions, DNP Productions, and your undisputed, undefeated King of Beers, Budweiser, present professional boxing for your entertainment. Sanctioned by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, Executive Director Tommy V. Smith, Boxing Coordinator Dickie Cole, Deputy Executive Director in attendance at ringside Henry Molina. The 3 judges scoring this first bout on a 10-point must system will be David A. Harris, Orrin Schellenberger, and Gail Van Hoy. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Jerry McKenzie. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a special 10-round bout. This is in the super featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trimmed with gold letters, weighing in at 132 pounds. His professional record, 18 victories, 14 by knockout with 3 defeats and 1 draw. From San Antonio, Texas, introducing the Louisville Slugger, Louie Leija. And his opponent across the ring in the red corner, wearing purple trimmed with white, weighing 131 pounds. This Olympic bronze medal winner has a perfect professional record of 9 consecutive victories with 7 knockouts to his credit. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, presenting the undefeated pretty boy, Floyd Mayweather.
Let's go, guys.
All right, gentlemen, we've already been over the instructions in the dressing room. Number 1, protect yourself at all times. Touch him up, let's go to work.
Floyd Mayweather certainly has championship blood coursing through his veins. We'll find out if he has the stuff of a champion once he gets hit on the chin by a fighter who can punch. Let's see if Louie Leija is that man.
Mayweather comes from the fighting Mayweather family of Grand Rapids, Michigan. His father was an accomplished prize fighter. His uncle Roger, once was known as the Black Mamba and also as the Mexican Assassin, is training him right now. His uncle Jeff is functioning for the moment as his manager, a role which will eventually be taken over by Father Floyd. Louie Leija wants to try to do some damage to Floyd Mayweather's body early.
Floyd is showing a lot of experience early. He's already coming out. He's using his jab very well, and he's not taking any crazy chances. This is very good for a young fighter.
Floyd is very economical for a young fighter. He's only been throwing about 50 punches per round to this stage in his career, but he's highly selective and extremely accurate puncher and makes them count.
But that also reflects the fact that he will play defense.
As you see there, making it tough on Leija to land here early in round number 1. One of the things that Roger's working on with Floyd Mayweather is try to get him to hide the right hand. His uncle Roger was a master at hiding the right behind his curled left shoulder. Floyd doesn't do it quite as well yet.
No, but after having a little bit more experience like this, he'll learn to do it. That was a good right hand.
Good straight right, and another one by Floyd Mayweather.
It takes time and experience to learn some of these things.
Louie Leija's cousin, Jesse James Leija, here tonight, sitting in his corner in support of him. Incidentally, the man who's training Louie Leija for this fight, Jesse Ravelo, was an Olympic coach. Down goes Leija on a right hand over the top by Mayweather.
A quick right hand. Was it a flash knockdown or something more serious than that? We'll know momentarily.
It was something very serious, I can tell you now.
Floyd Mayweather looking for a first round knockout now with 55 seconds to go in the round. Lands the right hand across the top one more time.
There was another good right hand that hurt Leija.
And a couple of lefts, one of them to the body, and a short left hand landed inside. He is doing some damage right now. Louie Leija trying to hold on. And Jerry McKenzie's going to give him a count.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me see your gloves. You okay, baby?
Leija has to try to survive now.
There is no standing 8 count in the rules, so McKenzie must have ruled out another knockdown.
His glove may have touched the canvas.
3 knockdown rules in effect as the 10-second mark arrives. If Leija were to go down one more time, the fight would be over. But he holds on long enough to make it out of the round.
Okay? You're letting him get off too much. That's what's happening. You're letting him get off too much. You got to go right over his jab with that right hand. You got to back him up. Okay? You're giving him too much room, Louis. You're okay?
Yeah. Louis, we're not get busy, Louis. Okay. Not get busy with that hook, Louis. What the fuck is wild? Just what?
Louis, right off that jab. As soon as you turn on that jab, you got to take the jab away.
Let's take a look at that quick flash right hand. It landed flush on the jaw. This is supposed to be a 10-round fight. It was advertised as a 10-round fight. Doesn't look like it's going to be a 10-round fight. Let's see about the second knockdown, whether it was a legitimate knockdown or not. Or did he just go down from an accumulation of blows?
Well, he grabbed Floyd's leg, and maybe when he was grabbing Floyd's leg, he put the glove or a knee on the canvas, although I didn't see it.
I think he's just trying to hold himself up.
So in that case, the referee must have ruled that he kept himself up only by holding on to Floyd.
And that's why he gave him a standing 8 count.
Which isn't in the rules, so it had to be ruled a knockdown. Floyd Mayweather trying to use his punches economically in the second round as he did in the first. His power quotient seems to be increasing at this stage of his career, Roy.
Yes, it is, and he's showing a lot of improvement here. I've seen Floyd fight on several different occasions. He never shows so much poise or so much power. He's not getting too over anxious. He's taking his time, and he's outthinking his man right now.
Landed a right hand lead and a left hook flush, and Leija hasn't been able to get anything going. Landed just 4 of 27 punches in the first round. Louie Leija just a little bit too slow to be able to match up with Floyd Mayweather.
Not too many guys, Roy, I know of who can throw that quick lead right hand with a lot of power. You know anybody who can do that?
Maybe 1 or 2 guys. A guy by the name of Roy Jones Jr. and maybe 1 or 2 other fellas. But
Roy Jones Jr. destroyed Montel Griffin leading with the left hook.
he's versatile. What can he say?
Straight right lands again for Mayweather. Leija a little bit steadier on his feet in this round than he was in round number 1. But Mayweather is finding his way directly up the middle against Leija's guard, and that shows that Louie Leija, who vowed to have more head movement after his knockout loss to Jesus Chavez, has not been able to accomplish that. He's still vulnerable to punches right up the middle.
What we're seeing right now is one guy who's doing the best thing. The best defense is offense. That's what Floyd has going for him right now. He's out in front of Leija. Everything Leija does is following what Floyd is doing. Anytime a man gets that far out in front of you, it usually means trouble.
Leija had a chance there to try to go to Mayweather's body, but wasn't able to release any punches. He's totally tentative and back on his heels now. For that reason, there's the third knockdown of the first 2 rounds.
5, 6, 7.
Floyd is totally pumped.
See your gloves. You okay, champ? Okay.
Left hook lands. Leija stunned again, and you can stop it any time. And Jerry McKenzie's going to stop it right there. After the fourth knockdown of the fight, and with abundantly clear evidence that Louie Leija could not defend himself against Floyd Mayweather's onslaught.
Too much speed, too much power, too fast, too smart.
Too good.
You still, I believe, Roy, have to be careful in how you move a young fighter. Who do you put him in with next? Are you going to overmatch him because he looked good in this fight? You still have to put in your time before you're ready to take on the big boys. They're not going to follow you around as you were suggesting. Some of those guys are going to take the fight to you.
Right. And you also have to get a guy to go through that stage where he develops the patience, where he has time to work on these different things, work on guys coming right at him, work on guys running away from him. It's going to take a little time, but I think Floyd is moving at a rapid pace right now.
And Top Rank is doing a reasonably good job of selecting the opponents. In the last fight, he had to struggle a little bit to earn a 6-round decision over journeyman Larry O'Shields. Here, he appears to be moving up in class, but it's a very easy fight for him.
Maybe he's rising to the occasion.
And there's brother, or I should say Uncle Jeff Mayweather, functioning as the manager, and in the purple silks, Roger Mayweather, who used to earn a good living in Los Angeles fighting Mexicans and beating them in the identity of the Mexican Assassin. Now here's the first knockdown of the second round. That straight right hand again, Roy.
Yeah, Leija threw the lazy jab and Mayweather came right over the top. If that's the worst mistake a young fighter can make, is throwing a lazy jab.
And now a chance to see the end on Louie Leija's 24th birthday. Uppercut landed easily. Left hook landed flush.
That left hook hurt him bad.
Fight was over from that moment. These are formalities at this point. Hard right hand to the body, and Jerry McKenzie sees what everyone else in the crowd can see.
He did a good job by stopping it then, because this guy had had enough. He was outclassed. He knew he was outclassed, and it was time to stop it.
Too many power shots.
Way too many.
So 130-pounder Floyd Mayweather expected within the next few years, if all goes well, to fight at 130, try to win a title, then go to 135, 140. The pattern already established by Oscar De La Hoya, and maybe somewhere down the road, if all goes well, he becomes a viable opponent for De La Hoya, who already has so many of them on his dance card.
Yeah, he has a great deal of people that he can dance with. I wish I was so lucky sometime, but
don't you wish you had some Ike Cortez and Felix Trinidad's around in your weight class?
But it's good to see this happen. It's good to see this.
Michael Buffer with the official particulars now.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jerry McKenzie calls a halt to the bout. The official time, 23 seconds of round number 2. The winner by TKO victory, still undefeated, Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather Jr.